So, my name's Justin Phillips. We're located in West Virginia from the United States. We have a 7-year-old level 2 autistic child, nonverbal. Um,
Mhm.
we've done several different therapy options from OT to speech to physical therapy to ABA therapies
Mhm.
from the time he was about 2 years old on.
Mhm.
We came to the World Stem Cell Clinic last year for Parker's first treatment.
Yeah.
We're amazed at the results we see. Really were. Within 3 days of having his first round of stem cells, he looked directly at us in the
Mhm.
eyes for the first time. He actually slowed his body down. He was able to follow basic directions that he could not do before. And basically, we just wanted to share with other families because we know the fear that's involved in doing a procedure.
Yes.
And we wanted to let you know that it's probably the best decision you'll ever make. From everything else we've done, we've seen
Yeah.
more results from this than anything.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're back here for our second procedure that Parker just went under yesterday and did. And
Mhm.
we just wanted to share with you guys what an awesome opportunity this is for you and your families, but
Mhm.
most importantly, for your children.
I'm Jamie Phillips. I'm Parker's mom. And I have to say, it was a scary process. I mean, to bring your child and have medical procedures done and all of these things, it's scary. And luckily, I have a lot of help and we did a lot of research. But whatever it takes for your child to succeed, you do that. So we decided to do our second round of stem cells, and it was a few days ago. We are already seeing, he's very happy, he's very full of energy. His coloring has changed. Like the dark circles under his eyes have diminished a lot. He's happy, he's bubbly, and it didn't seem to be very hard on him. Like he was afraid going into it, which is upsetting, but he seems to be okay and he seems to be thriving just a few days later. So, scary from a mother's perspective, absolutely. Beneficial, absolutely. So, I say each family, weigh your pros and cons and make decisions for yourself. But, if your child needs help, look into it and see what you can do for your child.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about the staff
Yeah.
here. I mean, I talked to several other clinics before
Hmm.
making my decision,
Hmm.
and Dr. Louisa, Dr. Ortiz. I mean, they spoke to me on the weekends. I
Hmm.
mean, they made time.
They did.
The staff is amazing, and that's really one of the main reasons why we chose
Hmm.
this facility.
Yeah.
Is as a parent, you want someone to love your children like you love them,
Yeah.
and we see care here, and that
Yeah.
means so much when you're going through something like
Absolutely.
this. So we really appreciate the
Yeah.
staff here.
Very much.
So so the main reason why we chose World Stem Cells is the fact that Dr. Ortiz and me had an intense conversation about the processes
Hmm.
that they use versus some of the other clinics.
Hmm.
And for us, our child was very hyper, and to hold him down to do IVs and to hold him down at what some of the other clinics I talked to
Hmm.
just didn't seem as safe to me or emotionally
Yeah.
safe for him. So between the conversations of the processes that they do here with the sedation, it just was a smoother transition
Yeah.
for Parker.
Yeah. He wasn't afraid.
He did great throughout the
Yeah.
process,
He did.
and just working with the staff
Hmm.
with the communication throughout the
Hmm.
process
It's been
was
great.
one of the main reasons why we chose here as well.
Hmm.
I mean, they are very responsive, and again, they will answer your questions that I didn't find from a lot of the other clinics that I talked
Hmm.
to.
Very true.
Sometimes they tell me it'd be 2 weeks before I can even speak to anybody. And
Hmm.
as a parent, when you're desperate,
Yeah.
you want answers,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
want
Something.
help, and you want someone there to be able to answer those questions, and they did. They
Yeah.
they were always there.
Yeah. Let me say, um, from my perspective as well, Danny has been amazing through this process. And she has been someone from day one, from the first day that we got here, that has held my hand kind of. Like Parker has done fantastic. Justin has been fantastic with him. But from a mother's perspective, you almost need emotional support, right? Through this process, you're afraid. Whether you've done it once or twice, you're still fearful for your child. And Danny has held my hand and smiled and made me laugh and took me to get coffee through this whole process. And her emotional support has been vital. And I don't feel like I've ever gotten that from anyone through any process in this medical treatment for my son. So that to me has been so important, that she has walked me through this process. And actually, this is our second time working with her, and she's been here with me again. So I really appreciate her, and I would recommend her to anyone. Yeah.
Don't let fear control you. I'm on several Facebook groups with stem cell research or stem cell questions. And for us, I wish I'd have done it sooner. He was 6 when we did our first stem cell therapy.
Yeah.
And I let fear hold me back from doing it sooner. I would greatly, greatly encourage you to take your children as young as they are to do this, because again, from teachers back home, from therapists back home, we've seen so many improvements after this process that I don't think we would have ever got. So don't let fear hold you back. Take that step. And that's the best advice I could give any parent out there. I know it's scary, but if you can give your child any opportunity to have a better life, that's what every parent wants. So do it.
Yeah. Be open-minded. Yeah. Be open-minded. If you don't know, ask. They will explain the process to you. And if you don't know something, they'll explain it to you. So don't be fearful and ask questions, and they'll be here to walk you through the process. And if it has helped my child, hopefully it can help someone else's child as well. And I hope that he continues to get better and better. We see more speech, and we have seen him say things to us that we never thought we would hear him say, or things that he's doing now. He's counting, he's saying certain things. Yeah. He surprises us all the time with his development and the things that he's doing. And I don't think he would have gotten there without this process.
So most of you families out there that have autistic kids, I'm sure, share similar struggles, right? Birthday parties you don't get to go to, family events where it's too loud, children have meltdowns. We've seen that reduce dramatically. So it's given us more quality of life. We can go to family functions now, and we're not there all night, but we can get a couple hours where before we couldn't. So it gives us an opportunity as a family unit to do more things with our family, to be able to go out to restaurants. It's kind of changed our whole trajectory of being hermits, stuck in our house all the time because we're so fearful to do anything because we didn't know what type of meltdowns or situations we would have. So it really has changed our social life aspects. So
I agree. And he follows directions, which for me was huge. Before, it would be very, very difficult for him to follow basic directions. So for me, that's changed tremendously. Like, I can ask him to do something, and most of the time he will do it. So he can follow basic directions. He understands a lot of what I'm saying to him. He actually communicates with the device now. So he can speak on his PEC system and tell me, I want pizza, I want juice, I want to go here, I want to go there. So he actually can communicate with me more than ever before. And before, I never knew what he wanted. I was guessing constantly, Now he can communicate with me a lot of the things that he wants or he needs. And, that's amazing. It's amazing to know what your child wants. That's amazing. That's what every mother wants, is to be able to communicate with your child. And yes, our communication is different than some other children, but we are communicating, right? And me and him have our own special language where I kind of know what he needs and what he wants. And I see that growing all the time.
So one of the biggest fears I hear, and we had as well, is the flights. You know, we were scared to death to have Parker stuck on a plane for 4 hours. What was going to happen? So he did great. Don't underestimate your child. They will surprise you. Again, you just got to override your own fear to get there. And as far as Cancun goes, I've never once felt unsafe about the area. I mean, I've walked, left the resorts and walked around myself. She's went out and shopped. So the area is very commercialized, just like the United States, in my opinion, where you could go out and do things and not have that fear of crime or issues. I mean, I honestly, I felt safer here than some of the U.S. bigger cities we've been to. So don't let fear stop you from experiencing Cancun, Mexico, or the surrounding areas, because it has been, both times have been a great experience.
I think as well, the shuttle that they provide has been fantastic. Like, there has been a driver pick us up from our hotel each morning and bring us to the facility where we have to go. So there's no fighting with him to get him in a taxi or finding transportation. They call him, they're downstairs, we take him, we get in the shuttle, we come here, we bring him in, we're ready to go, the shuttle is ready. Transportation has been very easy. For us back home, transportation is hard to find ways to get him around from things. So it's been easy. They've provided all the transportation here for us. Danny is usually in the transportation, welcoming us, taking us where we need to go, and explaining the process. This is what's happening next. You know, this is what's to expect. And that for me has been very reassuring.
So my advice to any families that are on the fence: call the clinic, talk to them, write down a list of questions, write down your pros, your cons. You'll find, I think, that the pros far outweigh the cons. And once you do your research, even talk to some other families. That's what I did on Facebook groups that have done this process, and you'll find that the experiences have been very, very good for their children. From what I found out from talking to other families, that kind of helped put my mind at rest as well after talking to the clinics. You know, do your research, but again, don't let fear stop you from helping your child, because in my opinion, it is the best beneficial thing we've ever done. And we went to experts that wrote books on autism in the United States, and you know, we honestly, we still have not seen. He went to ABA therapy 6 hours a day till he was 7. The therapies with the stem cells together is an amazing combination that you're not going to get in the US. So again, if you do both together, you're only going to help your children get better.
Talk to someone who has already been through it and ask questions, and they will explain to you the process. You know, call and speak to the doctor for medical questions. They'll explain the process for you in ways that you will understand. And they make you feel very at ease, and we'll walk you through the process. So I would recommend it as well for your children if it can help at all.
Justin Phillips here. I definitely recommend the World Stem Cell Clinic. You'll be amazed at the process, the facility, the people. So please come call, check them out.
Hi, Jamie Phillips. I definitely recommend the World Stem Cell Clinic. It's been amazing for our son. Check them out.